So here we are at Yellow River State Forest. Very northeast Iowa, up on the Mississippi, over by McGregor, Marquette, Effigy Mounds, national monuments up here. Bit brisk today, upper 30s so far. Supposed to get up to 60. Right now it's starting in, I think it was 35 as I was pulling into the park. Gonna do hopefully a 15-mile loop or so. It's a mix of equestrian and mountain bike trails mixed in the center of the park, where the outside rim is hiking trails only. But around the outskirts, there's 4 backpacking sites. It's one of the few places in Iowa where there's actual backpacking. Most Iowa parks are just day hike type stuff where you hike around the lake. There's a single trail. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun up here. Already I can tell it's, some hilly ground, rock. The driftless zone, as it's called in Iowa, where the glaciers apparently didn't quite level. So we're kicking off on White Pine Trail. This is a former creek, or if during when the water's a little bit higher, if this actually does have water flow through it and you have to cross the water. Don't know. So yeah, Yellow River Forest was part of a forestry project, I believe. That's what I read. Most of the buildings, the wood came in the state parks in Iowa. The wood came from here, and 2 other state forests. We've also got Shimek and Stevens State Forest on the southern Iowa. Yeah. Nice chilly start. Already the start of this thing. It's just nice. I love walking through pines. Hate them in my yard. Soft ground. Colors. Even this time of year where we haven't had anything yet. We're at the end of March. Spring's technically here. But in Iowa, it's probably gonna get 1 more snow in April. But just, looking down rows, seeing that, it's kind of fun. So, made it to the first backpacking site. It's only, I don't know, maybe a mile in. Little pond down there for water. Sun's starting to come up, but still a bit nippy. And the cold finally got to me. And so I broke out the buff. The first one in, even though short little climb, not very high. It was just a steady uphill climb. So that was a little tiring, especially being out of shape, sitting all winter. Well, not bad. Those people with, I don't know, bad ankles or something like that. And there's gonna be rocky sections with some good ankle twisters. But yeah, I just wear trail runners. Give good grip, lightweight, still supportive. So, other people might wanna wear, low, mid-height boots, a little stiffer sole, less flexible. There's something to think about before you come up. This is northeast Iowa. It's rocky, mildly technical. I normally hike at a faster pace on the solo. Need to slow down a little bit though, so I can look around. Hiking across ground like this, I tend to just look at the ground because it's not flat. I don't look around and enjoy where I'm at. A little rock outcropping. So here's our first road crossing. It's only a couple. That's the entrance into the park. So you come from here, come from there, and you drive that way. And it looks like the trail's over here. Somebody's leaving the park. All right, so a short walk. I don't know, 150 yards maybe. But there's the sign for the entrance back onto the trails. These are the hike-only trails. We will cross over into the multi-use trails a little later. mainly on this north section, and then once we go into the center to go to the fire tower. There we go, back on the trail. All right, so I think I'm on the trail. So I walked into here, like right there's the entrance, just up there. And already I'm like, oh, there's no trail. So I do know that I crossed there. So it looks like I cross a creek. And then that's where I meet up with this trail that follows the creek. So now I just gotta find the creek, which I'm thinking maybe that's it up there. So this could be the trail. It definitely looks like creek. There's a bridge up to the left. More of a stream than a creek, I guess. Some ducks. So it looks like they want you to hike back to that bridge. Okay, so I just wandered all around throughout there. It was a pain in the butt a little bit. And right there's the road. And I just walked from there to there. And then just walked this road to the bridge. Would have been so much easier. So that would be my recommendation. Don't follow the trail map for that little section. Just keep going. Hit the roads, cross the bridge, and then we can meet up with the trail over there. Okay, so there's the bridge right there at the end of the road. Right there. So to get back on the trail, you actually walk all the way down to here. I don't know, maybe 75 to 100 yards. And then this is where we kick back in on the map here. So we cross there, recommend coming down to this intersection, crossing the bridge, and then right here is where that line starts. And then this is where it's hiking, I believe. Yeah, it's a red line. Yeah, that's a red trail. Where's my thumb? There we go. We're red trail, so now we're on the multi-use until we get to that point where it tees all there. Right there. And then we'll hit the scenic spot, and then we're back on backpacking trails. Till we get up, backpacking. Till we get up to roughly there. That's when we meet up with the horse trails again. And then we're back in the backpacking for that loop. And then we're into horse trails. All this is horse trails. Intermix some hiking trails. But mainly horse trail. And then we hit the hiking trails again until we get all the way back to where we parked. So this is the entrance back to the horse trails and to get back onto the Painted Creek Trail. Then we'll hit Bluff Trail next. So the sun's starting to show finally. A little warmth showing up. We're hitting Bluff Trail now. And it's a sharp little climb. Looks like that might be the scenic spot up there. Whew. Gonna say, they could have carved some better switchbacks. Yeah. Apparently that's right up trail there, so. So here's the scenic overlook. There's the fire tower way out there we're gonna be going by. Can't hike it anymore, or can't go up it anymore. Apparently it's closed off. This is the first view. The hills of northeast Iowa. Bright sun today. Forecast said mostly cloudy, but I'll take sun any day. Carrying on. So I don't know what's going on over here. A lot of cut down trees. Looked like there was a small burn or something a little ways back.
But yeah, a lot of cut down trees. Some of them look older, some of them look maybe right before winter started. Looks like most of what's cut down is a lot of smaller stuff. It definitely looks barren. I bet you this section here, which is all, you know, non-evergreen deciduous, is going to be, you know, a lot more attractive with leaves. Kind of skeleton-ish right now. I like this little trail though, the bluff trail. Once you get to the top of that climb, maybe get a bite to eat after that. Get some energy back in you. Oh, I see a bunch of trees over there marked with blue paint. So they must be going down soon. I wonder what is going on in this section. Oh, there's the answer. So apparently they're restoring the oaks. And by cutting down all the little trees, it allows more sunlight to come in. And apparently somehow it also helps with fire resistance. Somehow they become fire adapted species. I don't know how that works. Okay, so that explains that. And all the little trees and stuff and brush that's here now should rot away or get burned out. So that answers that question. All right then. So in a few years, definitely have to return and see what this looks like. Try to hold it steady. There's an eagle hanging out. Bald eagle's definitely showing up hard in Iowa in the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. Hopefully I got some neat pictures of that. But this is Paint Creek Overlook, another scenic spot. You got the nice creek view there. And there's one of the camping sites. To give an overview of where we're at. So we started here. And then we went through here. Went along this. It's the first scenic look. And now we're to here. We still got to go all of this. About an hour and a half in. Nice little view though. It's a nice little drop off. So it looks like, yeah, you walk down the road some more, and then we re-enter the trail here. One thing I kind of like is the trail markings. I don't know how old these are, how long they've been here, because this, I mean, it doesn't look too weathered. I like how they name everything, but then they also date when it was created. I like it. Well, once again, we're walking down road to find the next trailhead, which I think is right up ahead. It's a short walk, but this is part of the horse trails again. And this whole next section is a lot of horse trail. I think we're about 6 miles in of the supposedly 14.3 mile loop, which I extended a little bit by doing some of the inside. So I'm guessing like 15 and a half. I didn't extend it very much. Alright, so I don't think I did. Here's the, again, shortcut trail they call it. Well, it looks like this one follows a little creek bed. The map shows a creek, but definitely looks dry to me. Here is the creek bed. I like creek beds. I don't know, just something about them. That's definitely a dry creek. Once again, still a good trail, still a great trail. Once the weather's a little bit nicer, and the baby girl is beyond 16 weeks and is better about holding her head up and can be backpacked. This could be a lot of fun coming out here and taking this at a more leisure pace. The wife, so hike in, backpack at least one night, and then hike out and head home. Maybe this summer we'll find some time. So we'll call this a recon mission. But according to my math, we should be a little over a third done. According to the map, it looks like we're only a quarter of the way done. Oh, a lot of miles to go. So we're at the, what is this? Little Paint Campground. Right there where the red and the black cross. Built up little area. Kind of neat. A rock dam. A pond. It's like the creek or the stream just feeds into this. Got the people like carve it in the sandstone. But yeah, nice little campground area. Onward. So this is another view of the campground, but yet it looks like the equestrian campground is somewhere around here, and that's where I need to find the next trailhead. State Forest Road. Equestrian campground straight ahead. So this is a main road. That means trail should be up here somewhere. This will require some editing. I really wish I brought my sunglasses. Following the road, here's the equestrian campground. Still don't see any trailheads, markers. Once again, another really neat looking area. Wind's starting to pick up. But yeah, definitely warmed up. Saw another eagle, this time golden eagle. Yeah, I guess you just keep walking. Okay, so looking at this, where are we at here? So the brown on the left and the right of the equestrian are the two different campgrounds, and there's a little red trail that connects them. So the red trail, it looks like a notice was done there. Here's the second equestrian camp. Then once I hit this, it looks like, there it is, and there's the new trailhead. So I didn't have to walk up here, but you know what? Sped things up. But that was a good walk, actually. That's got to be half-mile walk on the road to get from the two different campgrounds. But yep, that's how you transition between the two. Noted. Cool little ravine here. I like this. Once again, back to some good trails. Definitely a long time dry creek. I don't know, I guess not necessarily a long time. Moss will survive under a little bit of water. Pretty decent climb coming up. Legs are gonna be tired today. So I don't know how steep that climb was. That was pretty straight up. Not sure how long it was, but I could use a bench up here. That was definitely tiring. Very, very tiring. Yeah. So now we're descending, but this one's a slower one. Looks like this is a maintenance road as well, because of the DNR. There's a couple of trucks behind me working on something. There's a truck up here on the trail, so this is something they use. This is a hiking specific trail, but apparently this is also one of their back roads to get up in here. We're almost to the halfway point, by map anyways. Definitely speeds up once you get through the first section. So at the, looks like the bottom of this hill is the second backpacking site, Heffern's Hill Camp. Looks like they got some firewood already staged. Two more backpacking sites to hit. Hopefully we can hit the other scenic routes, or scenic views, and check out the tower. So you have to pay attention a little bit when you come out, because you come out over there, and then there's a trailhead, but that trailhead takes you all the way back to the beginning. You actually have to cross, so you can do just an outside loop, which, where are we at? So you'll come down here, and then you hook up right there, and that gets you the long outside loop. What I'm doing is I'm hitting the trails that go all the way through out here, all of these in this section. And so you gotta cross the river and then head this way. Kind of came across the first mundane trail. This is pretty rocky. quite a bit muddy. Towards the center, this is pretty much a solid multi-use trail. Horses, mountain biking. There's supposedly cross-country skiing in the park. Some of these trails, I don't know, on cross-country ski, so maybe they're acceptable. Some of the sections look sketchy to be skiing up. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make my timeline. I'm moving at a good pace, but I think I'm a little over 11 miles at this point. And I still have a large southern section to do. Hate to cut it short. Be curious to see how long it is total. Push on, I guess. No real big update. Roughly 12 miles in. Got a long ways to go, but this is a nice little section. Not a whole lot of wildlife out. Some wood ducks I keep seeing in the little ponds here and there, but they never stick around long enough for me to get even close enough to get a picture of them. So here's the fire tower. I believe the story behind it is it was built in, I think, the early 50s, 1950. And then it was rebuilt in, I think it was 62 is what I read. But it looks like it's fenced off, barbed wire on top. More than likely, safety reasons. They don't want people messing around in it. Still, it'd be fun to get up there though. So, did the math, looked over the map. And yeah, what I was initially told, it's close. But it's not the 14 miles that they said it was. It's probably going to be closer to 16, 17. My pace at 2.5 miles an hour is okay, but not quite good enough. I'm going to have to cut this short. I'm going to have to miss the whole southeast loop. I mean, I still love the whole hike, but yeah. Still got another probably hour of hiking to go. Yeah, I don't have 2.5 to 3 hours left to hike. I gotta get home. All right, so had to walk. There's a road over there on the other side of that knoll, and I walked it probably a mile further than I needed to because I totally missed the tiny little sign that says trail this way. I got all the way down there, and luckily I have a map. I was looking at it and the roads didn't make sense. And then I saw the entrance go in the exact opposite direction I needed. And if it wasn't for that sign right there, I could very easily get lost in here. But hopefully it's only about another mile back to the vehicle. And it's a good thing I'm cutting it short because my dogs are barking. I'm kind of annoyed because right there is the Fire Tower Road. I saw this entrance, but it looked like it was vehicle only, which this is vehicle tracks. And right there's the campsite. So we're almost there. But yeah, it's annoying that I basically hiked like 1.5 miles to 2 miles out of my way because of the mistake. And I could just take this road. Live and learn. So I need to take a little break. Been a constant downhill for, I don't know, a good half hour. My feet are definitely sore, definitely tired of the pounding. So I figured I'd just take a break. Neat little view. I'm hoping that the vehicle is just beyond that curve. However, I highly doubt it. But I was incorrect on the campsite. That little area back there was not the campsite. That was just a grassy knoll area. About another 50 yards into the woods was another trail that led off to the backpacking site. So I think I was a little overzealous on how far I was ready to go. Being only the 4th hike of the year since the snows have gone. Oh well, I suppose. Time to pay attention because the pathway has gotten a little tricky again. I kind of like this trail right here though. not flat, not boring. And hopefully there's a reward at the end. Hello. So it is several months later. Actually, it's 8 to 9 months later. Creeping up on mid-January of the following year already. And this is a add-on video to the Yellow River State Forest video. Apparently, Yellow River State Forest had beat me so badly that I failed to record one final conclusion video at the end of the hike. The vehicle was there, just around the corner. I was right. As soon as I got down to the bottom of the hill, it was just maybe another 5-minute, 10-minute walk, and I was at the vehicle. In reflection, even then, I still thought Yellow River was awesome, and now I think it's even better. I mean, rewatching that footage and seeing how beautiful that park is, definitely wants me to go back. Not only that, but it's the one park that beat me so far, and I need to go back and have some redemption. I plan on going back later this year. I think that anybody who's interested in outdoor spaces would be interested in going there. It may not be for everybody to hike the whole thing. It definitely has its rough spots, definitely challenges. One thing about the way the park is set up, since it's set up as a network, it makes it easy to plan your own hike. I mean, if you only want to do a few miles, it's easy to do. You can just jump on a trail and do a small loop somewhere, or do it down and back. Or you want to just check out the overlooks, you can even just drive to the park and drive up to the overlooks, because I do believe that most of the overlooks, the one at the top of the Bluff Trail, that one, that you couldn't drive to that overlook, where you got a view of the fire tower sitting above the trees. However, the other overlook I know specifically, it had a road that drove right up to it, and I think the fire tower had a road that drove straight up to it. So there's a lot of the places you could check out by just driving to them. I know I'm gonna make it an annual trip. I know I'm gonna backpack there in the future. Like I said, in the video I commented I want to take the wife out and the baby girl, and we'll do a leisurely pace that the baby can handle. My wife wants to do. That was Yellow River State Forest. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. And we'll continue to enjoy it on into the future. Thanks for watching.